Man, it feels good. I've got my K5 back on, and what you guys wouldn't know is I've actually been rolling around without a camera, and literally in my other helmet. I've been rolling around in the K3 for the past 2-3 days. I should do a comparison between the two of them, because holy shit. All I can say, guys, if you are going to get an Agv K3 but you have the money for a K5, buy the K5. Don't get the K3, because once you get the K5 you'll realize how bad the K3 actually is. The K5 is definitely more quieter. Like, you actually have these ear pad inserts you can insert into where your ears are, so it just helps with sound deadening. The K5 is just an overly better built helmet. You can just feel that it's the little differences, and that's what you're paying for when you buy the K5 opposed to the K3. The K3 is great, and you get the designs that come out on the Pista GP and stuff like that. And the Pista GP, I can't speak from experience of actually using one of those on a bike. I have worn one in a store, but wearing one in a store and actually using it on the bike is two different things. Like, you can wear one in a store, feels comfortable and everything like that. You put it on, you wear it on the bike, and you're just like, yeah, it just doesn't sit right in my position or whatever. But that was one of the massive things I noticed, guys. Just huge things that I noticed. Just that extra $100 or whatever it is for the two of them, it definitely goes into sound deadening, just on how comfortable it is. I noticed the K3, like the K3 is slightly bigger, you know, it is a slightly bigger helmet, so I may be getting some noise because of that, but it's not massive to the point that the whole thing flops around in my head and like would snap my neck if I came off the bike or whatever, you know. It's not like that. How it actually is, it's a little bit looser. This is firmer fitting, but now it's all settled in, it's all good. But I had to pull out the lining of this helmet, because if you wear it every day, you guys will know, you wear your helmet every day, man, that thing gets stinky. It's like a pair of jocks that you never wash, man. The only thing is, it doesn't smell like shit. You think about it, all the dead skin cells and stuff that end up in your helmet, you know, probably creeping you guys out right now. You sneeze, you have spit on the chin guard and stuff, you know. That stuff is ugh, you know. And because I wear mine every day, like I'd worn mine, you're probably going to go, you filthy fuck. But I actually wore mine pretty much what you would call a normal riding season, with the typical guys that do a riding season. So normally when the guys do a riding season, all their gear's off and everything like that, and they do all their gear maintenance and washing their gear and stuff like that when it's off season. Here in Australia, I'm fortunate enough to actually ride all year round. So when it comes to doing gear maintenance, I have to sort of have a secondary helmet or whatever, and it pays to have a secondary helmet anyway, a cheaper sort of one, not dirt cheap, but a cheaper sort of one that you can wear to the movies. If you commute all the time, you may have a GoPro on your main helmet or whatever, and you don't want to leave a Pista GP tied up to a bike. I guarantee you that shit will go missing, especially if it's like a Rossi replica or whatever. That shit will go missing, bro. You want a secondary helmet, so that K3 is that for me. I'll probably end up getting another one. I dare say I'll end up getting another one, which is a little bit firmer fitting, and it might even be another K5, but we'll just have to see. So when it comes to actually the helmet maintenance and everything, you do have to do some helmet maintenance. Either that, or you're one of those guys that just updates your helmet every time it gets dirty. That'll be an expensive thing for you guys to do. But helmet maintenance, man, you pull out the liner and it just feels so good. It's like when you hop into your bed with new bed sheets on, it's like, oh yeah, nice and warm and shit. Because I'm commuting on the bike all the time, I had to change out helmets. And some of you guys may go, but what do you mean change out helmet? You've got a car, man, drive the car. I couldn't get the car out of the driveway. We've got a lot of cars, and I actually couldn't get it out of the driveway. So the bike is my main transportation, and it's way better getting around on the bike, man. And plus, when you go to like shopping centers and shit, there's like no parking, man. No paying for parking, bruh. It's just indigo, unless you actually go into those paid car park things. And so that's why it pays to have a secondary helmet, man. And tell you what, like, I'm gonna actually do a comparison video. I don't know, or you actually might be able to get the comparison video by going to my older videos when I was running around with the K3. I did insulate that pretty heavily, the K3, because of how noisy it was. There is a massive difference, guys. I'm serious. If you were buying your first helmet, I brought plenty of helmets beforehand, like dirt bike helmets and stuff, but road bike helmets I hadn't really looked too much at. Obviously, when I got the road bike, I'm like, well, shit, I'm gonna have to definitely upgrade my helmet. So I went there and I got a K3 because I like the design. The one thing I didn't like about the K3 though was the fucking goddamn clip thing underneath. I wasn't a fan of that. I like the double D-ring. I'm old school. I really like the double D-ring. All my motocross helmets have got the double D-ring, and my K3 is the only one that doesn't have the double D-ring. Apart from this other cheap ass one that I brought because I was going to ride the pit bike a lot more, and I was going to wear that helmet, but yeah, won't go there. I did get asked a few questions about the K3 and the K5 and which one is better. So for those people who did ask about that, the K5 obviously is the better one. It is the more expensive one, so the more you normally pay for something, as a general rule, the better it is. And the K3 is the entry-level sort of helmet. So you get the cool looking race graphics and shit that Rossi gets, and you just don't get that real insulated. Like, if you're commuting all the time, man, you'll want the K5 between the two. But that's not even, like, you got to take into account. You got Shoei, you got Bell, you've got so many other Arai, you've got so many different helmet brands to choose from, and that's just a portion of it, man. So, yeah. It is what it is, and do what it do.